comes a new challenger.
This is gonna be a 5-star match. Get ready for history to be made.
Beginning operation.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round 1. Fight.
Here we go. What are these fighters going to do? Jump in finds the mark. Both fighters have plenty of health. Where is this match going to go? How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Grabs him. All right, what's coming up next? Brushes off the impact. The quarter makes it hard to escape. What'll be the setup here? Both fighters decide to reset the pace and assess the situation. Hits him with his free flow. Jumps, experiencing burnout. Overdrive cannon spike. Taking stock. The pressure charges forward. Burnout activates. Closing moments of the match. One hit's gonna do it. Both players all out of drive gauge. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Finishes with the throw. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on.
Round 2. Fight.
Starts things off with a jump-in? Who's going to start things off? Who will gain control of the match in the early going? Still very early in the round. They're still feeling each other out. Big counter. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner. He brushes that off and keeps going. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. This is where smart meter management is going to come into play. Our fighters will need to tread carefully. Looking for... just goes for it at this range. Hits him with a 96 Killer Bee spin. Player 1, there's a burnout. Were they baiting him into that? Player 2, can you brush him in? Okay, here we go. Who's gonna take it? Genius read with that throw escape. Closes it out. Last round, people. Both fighters gotta go all in from this point. Starts things off with a jump in. Ooh, what a smart throw. The low kick hit. Smart stuff, poking at that range to zone the opponent. Their spacing is so on point. Reads the jump in perfectly. They just said, get that jump in out of here. Up for the arrow. There's the counter we wanted. What's next? A jump? Perfect execution with the anti-air. There's a burnout. Player 2 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where we get a solid anti-air. Escapes the corner. Turns out. Here we go. Oh, putting the cherry on top. What strong super art incoming. Killer Bee. Will it end there? Grabs him. I can't believe it. Player 2 can't let this trip sets up with the jump in. Ugh, take a seat. Oh, but you're grounded. Player 1 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.
Round 1.
It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Connects with the throw. Medium kick. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. Tons of drive and health to work with. Looking for a way to incorporate their drive. With the forward throw, the battle in the corner continues. The move whips and they get nailed with a punish counter. All right, what's coming up next? Whips the throw. player takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Player 2 can't afford to get hit again, but still has a chance to take the round if they can find openings to use their drive. Like he gets them. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? A blade forward jump there to start. Gets the jump in. Timely side switch there, which will let him go on the attack. Gets out of the corner. Nails the overdrive arrow kick. Taking stock. Player 2 chases them down. Big chance here to do some damage if they can keep the corner pressure up. Grabs and throws them away. Hits them with a stop and pop. Player 2 will need to play it conservative until their drive. They're going for the super art. Player 2 is in a pretty good... Oh, what's this? This is gonna be bad news. Experiencing burnout. Knockdown and knockdown. Here comes the mix-up. Oh man, this is a scary range. Oh yo, lost super hit. Crowns him from above. Player 2 can't use any drive-through. What a finish! Player 1 made all the right moves, and this experience is only gonna make them stronger. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run. Blocks it. Can't take the throw. Closes the gap for the grab. They gotta escape from the corner before the pressure builds up. Good job here in giving themselves a chance to gain the upper hand. At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. The jump in is denied. Knockdown. Opts for the air-to-air encounter. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Uses the drive rush here to steal their turn. Drop tap to close it. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Spends the gauge on the drive rush. Player 2 is working with a less than ideal drive gauge. They'll need to be very careful here. Managing that drive gauge is gonna get tricky. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Burnout activates. Both sides in burnout. They can't drive. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. What'll happen? They're going for the super art? Hit all in with a rush. Sneaks in the throw. That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? Shows a medium kick? That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 2 has them legit shook in the corner. Takes a trip. Sticks the jump in. Sticks the combo. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Knockdown takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Hanging on for dear life. KO. Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? The fighters continue to check each other in the early going, keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Player 1 has the meter lead. With this kind of gauge gap, they'll want to think about when to use it and not be trigger happy. Opts for the free flow kick, overdrive cannon spike. Still scrapping for control of the space. Player strikes back with the overdrive arrow. Charges forward. Low heavy. And whiffs. They're wide open. A real test. They're going for the super art? That throw's gonna take off a chunk of damage. Player 2. No! That combo finishes it! Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Jumps. This fight is just underway. What kind of game plan do they have? What's the play here? Still slugging it out here. Player 1 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Nice solid counter. Knockdown. Long low attack hit. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. What a clutch side switch there. Now they need to capitalize on this chance. They've been pushed into the wall and the stun's there. Player 2 experiencing burnout. Closes with the throw. Hitting them with the smart stuff. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Everything up until now, and everything strikes back with the overdrive arrow. Player 1 did a great job of reading their opponent up close that last round. Can they keep the momentum? Knockdown. Gets them with the anti-air. They just said, get that jumping out of here. Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Max SA gauges. Unbelievably in sync with a chance to score big here. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Uses the gauge for a super arm. Player 1 lets it. Swagger step. Burnout activates. Jumps. Barely blocks the jump. The low kick hits. The jump in is denied. Sneaks in the throw. Player 1 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Denies the jump in. That was a solid anti-air. Wow, shut down. Blocks the jump in. Almost had it, but he gets blocked. Drive impact is blocked, but takes a bite out of the drive gauge to apply some pressure. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Not much drive to work with at the moment. Had the radar up and running. Knockdown. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. That attack landed for a counter hit. They'll have to decide how to follow up. It's turned into a driveless fight. How will they play it? It's a good spot to use the super. They need to rely on their instincts here. Player 1 needs to hold out until their drive gauge recovers. Pokes with a medium kick. Comes from behind to pick up the win. They took advantage of every chance. Player 2 wins the first round and is now riding a huge wave of momentum. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Player 1 will need to play it conservative until their drive refreshes. Brushes that off and keeps going. Medium kick hits. Both fighters planning something? They can't squander this punish counter chance. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Creates an opening with a low heavy. Barely blocks the jump in. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Ooh, what a smart throw. What now? Oh, yo, raw super here. Manages to block the jump. Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Burns the bars and breaks. Okay, here we go. Tries to act quickly, but whiffs the kick out of nowhere. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. A trade, but they're not worried. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Wow, shut down. A dangerous range here. You don't want to get jumped on a long recovery move where you're going to eat tons of damage. Knockdown. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Had the radar up and running. Very solid corner switch. Taking stock. KO. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Big counter. Blocks the ambiguous cross-up. Close them to negate the blocks. Good work staying in throw range there. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Jumps. Player 1 experiencing burnout. What'll happen here? Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Player 2 will look to apply pressure. No! Stand off the wall! Level song. They gotta go for it while they're bucked. It's the level 1. Breaking with some serious style. What's next? Their life is low heavy. Noticeable life throws them. Amazing. Yo, come down. Oh, yo, Raw Super here? What are they gonna do? Who's gonna take closes it out? Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Charges forward. Nails the overdrive arrow kick. Drive rush. Gets in their face. So, a drive rush can really close the distance, putting moves that would otherwise be out of reach in that sweet spot to launch a surprise attack. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? All right. Maintains composure and pushes out of the corner. Gets out of the corner and creates some distance. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Goes for the drive rush there. Neither of them willing to back off. Holds out with the block. Knockdown. Fatal leg twister. Opts for the throw to close it out. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Dual game control hits them with a stop and pop. Player 1 needs to deal with this burnout. We have one player in burnout state, which means they'll have to continue to fight temporarily without using any drive-reliant moves. How will they utilize this? Got him up against the wall, and the stun is there. Big chance with the stun, but they gotta set the table properly here. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it. Fatal leg twister! Both fighters planning something? Gotta be careful not to whip at this range. Burnout activates. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. Both of our combatants are cooking up something. This unleashes some big damage. Super hearts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Drive rush to keep it going. Player 1 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. The next touch may decide this round. Crowns them from above. What a finish! Player 1 faced the giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Anti-air drops them. Wow, shut down. A drive rush to try and keep up the attack. Player 2 in that dangerous burnout state. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 2 has used up all of their drive gauge. This is the perfect range to reach out and tag them with something. Gets right in there. Just out of range for that blow. Brushes off the impact. Blocks the low heavy. Neither fighter is willing to back down from this exchange. KO! Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Immediate jump in. They both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Ah, burnout activates. Player 1 in dire straits with burnout. A quick breather. Player 1 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. Out of drive gauge. Now's the time. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Player 1 will look to apply solid anti-air. Jumps. There's a burnout. Jump goes to the air. Devil Song. They gotta go for it while they're buff. Life lead is there, but still anyone's game. Up for the arrows. Drink level maxed out. No way. No signs of letting up from out of the corner. Kick out of nowhere. Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Connects with medium click. Not much damage dealt so far, but they may be looking for an opening to run with. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Still slugging it out here. Big, low, reaching heavy. Both fighters are trying to decide their next move. Got their eye on the air. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Well-timed corner switch. Hits them with a stopping bomb. Player 1 brings out the super art. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player 1 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Connects with medium kick. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Risky up-close scrap still going. Blocks it. Blocks the impact. Excellent block to shut out the impact. Going on the offensive, player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Going in, manages to connect with the throw. Jumps, crowns him from above. Experiencing burnout. Both sides getting rep. This unleashes up big damage. Hits him with a 96 killer beast spin. Ends the round with a sick combo. Amazing. Player 1 faced a giant and walks away unscathed. What a win! It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Gets the jump in. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability tagging on a super art here to turn up the heat. Solid combo. Knockdown. Goes in on the impact for nothing. In a dire situation, they can't afford any mistakes. Player 1 chases them down. Sees it coming and blocks it out. Player 1 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few prayers could turn this around in their favor. They were not cleared for takeoff. Player 2 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Jumps in. The throw misses. Player 2 did a great job of maintaining their drive gauge during that last round. It's going to be even more important in this next round to keep that up to help strengthen their grounding. What'll happen here? Grabs and throws them away. That throw will do some good damage. Player 2 can't use any drive moves without burning out. Both fighters just goes for it at this range. Hits him with a 96 killer beast spin. Going in, crowns him from above. Boots him and takes a swig. Oh, yo, Rock super hit. Excellent read. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Raw super art incoming. The super doesn't hit. There's a burnout. Player 1 can't you? Ooh, what a smart throw. Okay, here we go. What are you jumping in for? Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Let's believe it's time for that run back. Connects with medium kick. Coming through. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. Taking stock. Player 1 is in burnout. Drives off the table. Takes a trip. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Jumps. Pokes with a medium kick. Burnout activates. Shows a medium kick. So they break forward to pressure the opponent. Medium kick hits. KO. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Immediate jump in. Who's going to start things off? The jump in is denied. Fatal leg twister. Jumps. Connects with medium kick. What'll happen? Going on the offensive? Nails the overdrive arrow kick. Delivers the pain right to the doorstep. Both experiencing burnout. Opt for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Player 1 will have to deal with looking to impress with this super.
It's time to
Spends
train.
it all on the super! Not sure one bit about it! Too slow! Oh, they're in the corner now. Just goes for it at this range. Are we gonna see a comeback? No lapse in judgment goes unpunished.
Jamie.
Player 2 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. How is this rematch going to play out? Are we going to witness a blow-up here? So, what are our fighters planning in this opening round? That was a solid anti-air. Solid anti-air will shut down the opponent's air game and make it much harder to jump in. Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Player 2 has the life lead. What are they thinking here? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. All right, what's coming up next? They hit each other. Takes a trip. Gets them. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. They've piled up the knowledge. Now, how are they going to use it? Blocking that drive impact isn't going to work. Player 2 will look to apply pressure here. Burnout activates. He uses the gauge for a super arm. Traps him with a break kick. Untouchable, impetuous, impregnable, and perfect.
Jamie.
That was a clinic on how a solid neutral game wins matches. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Freeze them. Good anti-air. Backs them into the corner. Buys some time by driving them into the corner. And now they can create some big chances to do damage here. On dangerous turf. Easy to get tagged at this range. They're not going to allow any jump-ins. Wow. Shut down. Player 1 is going to have a hard time managing their drive now. Grabs them, knockdown. Player 2 is almost dead, but some clutch drive moves and a few going on the offensive. Player 1 is gonna have to wait for that drive gauge. Can they stick? Charges forward. Fights out of the corner, back to the center of the stage. KO! Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Sneaks in above. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Backs away. Not about that BFF life right now. Big counter. You've gotta be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. They may be planning to spend their drive gauge here. It'll be interesting to see how both players utilize their drive gauge to dictate the terms of the match. Gets the throw out of the hooligan. Smart aggressive play there. Full SA meters on deck for both sides. This could be over soon. Player 1 looking to impress with this super. Knockdown, and player 2 needs to use their SA, finishes it with the anti-air. Player 1 brings it home. Let's see if they can build themselves a streak. Right back into the rematch. We ain't even close to done yet. Nails the anti-air. The low kick is blocked. Lots of aggression from both sides. Player 1 is just about out of drive after that. The drive gauge is completely empty, meaning their ability to block is also weak. Oh, can they survive this badly timed burnout? Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. Very solid corner switch. Life lead opens up. Low heavy hits, mix up incoming. The grab misses, so they break forward to pressure the opponent. KO! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Combo with the target combo. Jumps in. Hits them with a stopping block. Took them to the corner in a flash. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Super arts on deck for both fighters. How they approach the situation will be interesting. Player 1, hook blocking that drive impact is KO! We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Gets the jump in, uses the gauge for a super art.
Come on. It's time.
Level 3 super! Spending that meter like it's nobody's business. They're thinking of scoring big off this gauge use. A super art? Oh, yo! Raw super hit! The swagger step sends them flying. Player 2 can't let this simmer. They gotta start cooking. Both sides getting ready. Player 2, a back throw for damage and vital positioning. Are they going to be able to come back? And that back throw was huge. Both closes it out. Player 2 was an absolute beast in that match. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. They trade hits. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Things are slow going right now, but we may see someone speed things up soon. How are they going to deal damage? What's the play here? Uncomfortable space here. Can they clip each other on the edge? Did well to get the buff in there. The drink levels are 4. All inhibitions are out the window. Jumps up. The throw misses. Player 1, good heads-up decision, opting for the KO. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. They've both showed their hands a little bit, so they must be thinking of a counter. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Had the radar up and running. That's some big juicy damage on that counter hit. Player 2 brushes that off and keeps going. Super arts on deck for both fighters. Overdrive cannon spike. Still scrapping for control of the space. Reads the jump in perfectly. The overhead denied. Can they create an opportunity for themselves to seal the deal? Medium kick. It's a good spot. Use the super. Closing it out with a super art finish. Nice and clean. Put them on a t-shirt with that finish. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Back out to start. They're not taking any chances. Medium kick hits. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. That feeling out phase is over. Time to get down to business. Going in? Player 1 needs to take advantage of this gauge disparity. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Rushes in. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Super Art to show them what a PhD in fighters can do for you. Players, oh yo, Rock Super here, breaking on them. What a finish! Player 2 is a force to be reckoned with.
Comes a new challenger.
Our fighters are ready to get down to it, so let's start the match and see what these warriors are capable of.
Let us begin.
Hope you're not a sore loser.
Round 1. Fight.
Let's see what they try to do here in the first round. Shoots off a projectile from downtown to check their approach. Trying to control their opponent here from a distance. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunity. Player 2 is maintaining the corner position for some juicy damage. Gets some. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Things are slow going right. Will this Super Art connect? Is this Super Art the start of something? Unfazed by the switch and blocks. Experiencing burnout. Knockout and... Player 1 in dire springs forward with the drive rush. Closes the distance. Avoids getting stuck in the corner somehow. Not much movement, but the thinking caps are definitely on. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. They were right to be on guard there. Blocks across a good read. Gotta be careful not to whiff at this range. Jumps in. Sneaks in the throw. Here's the final round. The real fight starts now. Immediate jump in. There's an overdrive shorty. Solid anti-air. A jump in. Barely reversal. Earns a breather to reset the situation. Player 2 has got to work some magic. Wow, reads the counterattack. Player 2 experiencing burnout. Picks up the counter. Just clutch anti-air. Player 1 is in burnout state. Again, reads the jump in perfectly. Tries to act quickly, but with the attack. What now? There's the burnout. Scuffle. Getting up close and personal. Medium kick into. Somehow manages to fall in. They are done. Player 1 really had to fight for that one. No shortage of drama. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that runback. Rushes down the opponent to impose their will. Breaks the block with a throw. Looks like they want to put a new spin on things with that fireball. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Ooh, will they hit, whiff, or even charge in? Tricky territory here. All right, what's coming up next? Player 2 chases them down. Keeping them in the corner will only produce more damage opportunity. Anticipated that counter and blocked. Player 2 doesn't have a lot of drive gauge to play with. Not a good thing. How much damage can they deal before the opponent's drive gauge replenishes? Good job blocking the jump in. Super Art activated. Expect something big here. Taking stock. Recovers from burnout. Checks him with the projectile. Player 1 in trouble with no drive. Sneaks in the throw. Player 1 picks up the first round. That'll give them a psychological advantage. Jumps in. Throws them to negate the block. Medium kick. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. Big exchange blows. Oh, they're in the corner now. No running away. Player 1 is in a pretty good situation with the meter again. Hits them with a stopping pop. The punish counter gives them a great opening here to do big damage. It's back with the drive impact on the recovery. This punish counter presents a huge chance. You've got to be mindful of reach and jump-ins at this range. Opts to continue the experiencing burnout. Going in, player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Jumps, this can lead to some big damage. Cross that off. Put the exclamation point on that with an ODR. A single hit will do it. Close range projectile. Big drive gauge difference here with little life left. They are not getting close to each other. Oh, could be the start of something. Big parry. Closes it out. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Opens with a jump in? Final round. Who will the fighting game gods favor here? Delivers the pain right to their doorstep. Springs forward with the drive run. Closes the distance. Player 1 brushes that off and keeps going. Oh, putting the cherry on top. Do it to them. Show the people what they came to see, Ryu. Player 2 crowns them from above. Both sides getting ready. A jump anti-air in the clutch. Gets him with a Euro step. Free full strikes. Player 2 needs to take advantage. Sets up with the jump in. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Turns out. Drive rush.
This is our destiny.
I don't know if this is enough to kill.
Gets got.
They are done. Player 2 has got to be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Hits him with his free throw. Both fighters are raring to go. Keeping track of the opponent's movements, waiting for a good opening. Great block on that ambiguous cross-out. Some fine spacing and timing. Blocks the jump in. Knockdown. Player 1 can't let their drive gauge run out. They need to find a way to reset the situation. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. They decide to hang back and rethink their game plan. Good job blocking the jump in. They're showing us just how patient they can be. Experiencing burnout. Heading into the end game now. It's getting tense. Picks the drive reversal. Time's the only thing moving here. Checks them with a projectile. Trying to read each other here? They break things off to take a quick breather. Feeling out the spacing. Uses the parry so the opponent can't dictate the pace of the round. Goes for the Shin Hashogeki. Takes him in there. Player 2 picks up the always important first round. They'll want to keep the ball rolling. Had the radar up and running. Grabs him. Medium kick hits. Barely blocks the jump. Going on the offensive. Player 2 has the meter lead. What separates the good from the great in this game is smart gauge management. Player 1 will have to deal with this dangerous bout of burnout for a while. Goes for the jump in. We have Super Arton anti-air in the clutch. Fireball into the corner. They're trying to force the opponent into mid-kick out of nowhere. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Open, knocked him out of the air. Solid anti-air. Ooh, what a smart blow. Player 1 will look to apply pressure here. They gotta be careful not to overextend or their opponent might go for a side flip. All in with the rush! Player 1 has a big drive rush. Sets up with the jump in. Blocks the drive reversal. Both are anti-air in the clutch. What are they gonna do? Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arch in this situation? What's next? Player pumps the brakes on the impact. Absolutely relentless. Reversals. Ooh, you never know what can happen here. There's a burnout. Quick medium poke connects with the throw. Both sides getting ready. They are not getting close to each other. Are they going to be able to come back and snatch victory from the jaws of defeat? Rushes in. Catches out the cage right there. Do it to them. Show the people what they came to see, Ryu.
This is the path I have chosen.
Player 2 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. It is over! Player 1 is gonna be watching replays for this one for a while. They really took it down to the wire. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Player 1 has a slight life lead that they may sit on. Can they exploit this advantage? Player 1 will be in a world of hurt if their drive gauge runs out. The jump in is denied. Backs them into the corner. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Blocks it just in time. They must have anticipated a super art coming. Goes for a projectile to try and change the pace. Nails the anti-air. Gets the jump in. Experiencing burnout. Knockout and hold your breath. Gets tagged by the fireball. Player 1 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with? How will they take advantage of everything that's happened up until now? Swagger step. What's their game plan here at this critical stage? Whoop springs forward with the drive rush. Okay, so you can use drive rushes just like that to launch attacks from much further away. They may be planning to spend their drive gauge here. Medium kick hits. What'll happen here? Player 2 baits out the attack and gets the punish counter. KO. We're going into the final round tied up. Which fighter has it in them to grind out the win? Pokes with a medium kick. Dashes forward. Which brushes that off and keeps going. Here comes the corner pressure. Player Q stands after that wall splash. Uh-oh. This could really tip the scale.
What's wrong? Get up!
Player 2 needs to take advantage. Wow, sat and waited for this opening. Punish counter on reaction. Boots him and takes a swing. Danger exists and leads to some big damage. They push their way up. Gotta do better than that. Pumps the brakes on the impact. Burns out. No! Stunned off the wall! Player 2 can't win this without pulling the trigger. A wheel willing to risk it for the overdrive. Low heavy. Notice the drive impact doesn't work. Just what they were after. Gotta hand it to both of our fighters. They put on a real clinic for us. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Charges forward. Smart play with the throw. Checks him with the projectile. Fireballs are risky, but if the opponent doesn't jump, they're one of the best ground game tools. Player 2 creates a good corner opportunity. The damage is really piling up now. You can see how cornering your opponent is such an effective game plan. Takes a trip. This is a tough spot. Goes for the drive. Perfect execution and gameplay nets our fighter a perfect round. Player 2 sets the tone with that win. Let's see if they can keep it up. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Blocks it. Takes them all the way to the corner with that. Chases them into the corner and will now look to do some damage. Manages to block the jump-in attack. Drive gauge management here is going to be vital. Player Team 2 Hadouken! Experiencing burnout. Knockout and player 2 is barely hanging in there, but slams on the low heavy connected. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Drops them. Who will come out on top in this final? This can lead to some big damage. Links it. Carried to the corner. This may be bad. Good decision with that throw. Player 1, there's a burnout. A rare chance here. They gotta do something. Turning it right up with a super.
Come on. It's time
Get to
to
the
trade.
style connect. Jamie's gonna show all those OGs that there's a new player in town. What's next? Raw super hard incoming. Excellent read. Player 2 with the rhythm owning that. Nothing stops this train. Player, oh my God, they just choked it up. Both willing to risk it for the overdrive. Gotta do better than that. Turns out, they are done. Player 2 has gotta be feeling good getting the win out of that absolute carnage. It's not over yet. Best believe it's time for that run back. Opts for the free flow kicks to get a drink in. From low heavy to uses a long range attack there to zone them perfectly. Player 2 pushes the opponent into the corner. The low heavy hits, picks up some damage with a long reaching attack. Neither of them willing to back off here. Grabs him, takes a trip. Big low reaching heavy. Throws him. What's next? Sees it coming and blocks it out. Goes for a drive rush. They're looking to keep on the offensive for as long as possible. Can't tech the throw. Springs forward with the drive rush. Experiencing burnout. Closes with the throw. Hitting him with the smart stuff. Player 1 on the board first with the win. They'll want to keep the pressure on. Everything up until now, and everything from here on out, is so vital. Shows the medium kick. Connects with medium kick. Opts for the free-flow kicks to get a drink in. Both fighters need to find a way to utilize their drive. It'll be interesting to see how both players utilize their drive gauge to dictate the terms of the match. Their spacing is so on point right now, but who's gonna blink first? Bumps up, barely blocks the jump in. Both fighters have a full super meter on deck. The winner will be the one who manages it best. Springs forward with the drive rush. Jumps up anti-air in the clutch. Manages to reversals. Oh, corrects them. Are we gonna see it? And whip! They're wide open. Amazing. Were they looking to connect with an overdrive arc from this situation? Player 1 can't use any drive move. Ooh, done them dirty. Any mistake here is gonna chip them for the win. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Blocks the low kick. This is it. Who's gonna take it all? This unleashes some big damage. Player 2 can't let this base out the low kick. All the throw connects. Player 1 brushes that off and keeps going. Taps him on the toe. Links it. Burns out. Player 2 is in a drive rush. What are they gonna do? Player 2 is in a very good spot now. Reads the jump in perfectly. Presses for a reaction with a fireball. Back dashes for space. Getting it all on the drive rush. Oh, damn. Super hit. Is it all over? Oh, so close. The next moves are gonna be crucial. Player 1 can't use any drive moves. Gotta play it safe. Keeps him out. Are you kidding me? Player 1 clinches the win! But that could have been anyone's game. No way we could have called that. They're still hungry. Both sides stepping up for the rematch. Knocked them out of the air. Connects with medium kick. Player 2 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Huge opportunity here with no way to backdash out of danger. Player 2 is just about out of drive after that. Holds out with the block. All right, what's coming up next? Life lead is opening up, but that can still be overcome with smart driving. Takes a big gamble and rips out a raw super. Can they convert this punish counter opportunity into something? Knockdown. This is a huge chance to make him feel it. With the impact, in there! Player 2 takes the round like a thief in the night. What else can they get away with?
Round 2. Fight.
Goes for the jump in to start. The next round is beginning. What's gonna happen now? Swagger step. Player 2 chases them down. There's a wall splash. They can't do anything now. Their worst fear in the corner taking form. Goes air to air and takes their turn. Connects with medium kick. There's a change of sides. Steals back a chance. Still scrapping for control of the space. Player 1 needs to use the threat of the corner here. Both fighters planning something? Knocked them out of the air. Freefall strikes! Were they looking to connect with an overdrive art from this situation? Fires off an overdrive arrow! Oh, here we go! This pumps the brakes on the impact! Both of them back off. They may be preparing for the final exchange. Player 1 can't afford mistakes. Forward rush. No way, that win wasn't luck. That was 100% planned. This is the final round. Expect to see some fireworks. Perfect execution with the anti-air. Anti-air in the clutch. Blocks it. Links it. Full S8. The drive impact doesn't work. Excellent block to shut out the impact. What are they gonna... Reads the jump in perfectly. Solid anti-air. Getting it all on the drive rush. Player 1 is in burnout state. A very precarious situation. This is where this can lead to some big damage. Both are ready to pull the trigger on their super art. A jump in? Some connects with the throw. Keeps them out. Noticeable life lead. Is a comeback still possible? Player 1 needs to use their drive moves to have any chance of a comeback. Who will set the bait forward rush? Things are very tense. Getting it all on the drive rush. Will this super art do anything? What were they thinking? There's no hesitation or regret. Hit them with that NSFW. Ooh, sends them a personalized telegram with that frightening critical art. Can they muster up the nerve to fight back and take this round? Are you kidding me? Player 2 was definitely sweaty during that well-earned win.